Hello and welcome to Trends on this Saturday afternoon. The clock has just struck 12 o'clock, of course. It is December. Who would have guessed? We are just a few days away to Christmas and the end of the year, right? Well, yeah, it's been a lot happening this past week in entertainment news. And of course, today is the day where Cassper Nyovest fills up FNB Stadium. All the best to him. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing, amazing concert. My name, of course, is Refil Wemwilwa. This is Trends, and on Twitter, we are at Trends on SABC. Let's take a look, first of all, today at all the local and international news making headlines this week.
Our reigning Miss South Africa is now Miss Universe. The pageant was held on Sunday in Las Vegas, where Demi Lee Nell Peters competed against 91 contestants from around the globe, making her the first Miss South Africa to take this prestigious title since Margaret Gardiner, who won it in 1978. In her reign as Miss South Africa, Demi Lee launched an unbreakable campaign that empowers thousands of young girls and women throughout the world by teaching them skills on how to handle difficult situations like hijackings, muggings, robberies, and toxic relationships. She has plans of promoting this campaign internationally, and what better way than through this global crowning. Congrats, Demi.
Homeless, homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake.
In light of Mzansi taking these global stages by storm, it was announced on Tuesday that the legendary South African isicathamiya group Ladysmith Black Mambazo has been nominated twice for the Grammy Awards that are taking place next year. The group won their first Grammy in 1988 for the Best Traditional Folk Recording category and have grabbed 4 more since then. This time around, they're in the running for the Best World Music and Children's Album category.
You played it safe, I raised the bar, amazing grace, I praise the Lord.
AKA is tapping into the digital market. On Thursday, South African rap artist Keenan Forbes, better known as the Super Mega, teamed up with leading global talent and media agency Celebrity Services Africa and mobile technology solutions provider Myco Holdings to launch Beam Digital, a tech digital platform with the aim of revolutionizing the way in which artists and fans engage. The Beam Digital products will include celebrity-branded devices that will give fans exclusive content and a range of many other technological offerings. Motsogo's first lady has been slapped with a court interdict by her former label. Earlier in the week, Ambitious Entertainment released a statement announcing this interdict against the rapper. Guess this bruise from the contractual dispute that had Aries, Benchmark and Fifi ditching the record label earlier in February. The interdict prevents Fifi from performing any of the shows she recorded under the label. The Economic Freedom Front took to Twitter to announce that it has offered to help Fifi take on the label. Today's the day when we find the answer to the most asked question these past couple of months. After a lot of hype, South African rapper Cassper Nyovest is making South African music history today by performing at a 94,000-seater FNB Stadium. A lot has happened in the build-up of this big day, not only fans but for artists as well. Cassper admitted to being broke after putting 15 million into the production of the big fill-up gig. Many artists took to the social media pages to help Cassper see his dream come to life. Tickets have been bought, the Golden Circle is sold out. You can still go out there and buy a ticket to be part of this big moment in South African music history. Trends will definitely be there. Will you?
That's right. Will you be there? Hey man, no matter what his finances look like, Refilwe, big up to you. You are doing it, boy. And now, before even the likes of Cassper Nyovest happened, there was one other original Motswako originator. And so, Africa is, of course, in the midst of a creative revolution. A new breed of artists, musicians, and fashion designers are changing how the world sees and thinks about Africa and her people. So, Absolute and Kulichana continue their collaboration, this time bringing together a heroic league of international artists from across the continent to celebrate and advance Africa's creative revolution at One Source Live, which will be taking place next year in March. And of course, Trends was at the launch.
Kulichana traveled all over Africa to create the One Source project he launched last year. The album did so well that he collaborated with Absolute again to create the One Source Live project.
So One Source was about a collaboration album, African collaboration album. We shot this amazing video in Ghana, and we had Sakodia there, Victoria Kimani from East Africa, VVIP. Everybody came out, right? And it was about celebrating Africa being the birthplace of all creation, humankind, and that we're all connected, right? Beautiful campaign. And the video, the whole campaign scooped so many awards, from luries to bookmarks to a gold can. Now to be embraced and to be celebrated by the world for embracing our culture and our Africanism is such a beautiful thing. My experience in Cannes was just like my biggest highlight ever.
Absolute has always been seen as a brand about music. So what we needed to do is go back to our true DNA, which is around creativity. And to do that, we needed to bring back some people with a couple of other disciplines. So we brought Shaw because she's true to music, and that's what we are. But the other parts of our creativity include design and photography. So we had to bring in Trevor Stierman, we brought in Fabrice Montero, and we also brought in Osmond Macharia.
The point of difference with this campaign is just the magnitude of it. Like now I can tell a bigger story to a bigger platform, you know, because it's about a collective, and I believe like there's so much power in coming together, you know, as people, as brands, as storytellers, as creatives, and especially as a continent, because we are so divided, yet we are so similar, and I think this campaign brings us all together.
From a conceptual perspective, it was more around how do we elevate a revolution without going militant, right? So for us, the depiction of military really is an absolute, and superpowers for us are something that's really imaginative as well. And you know, I think music, being able to write, being able to photograph, being able to draw, those are all superpowers.
But when I saw the concept, I'm like, that's rad. That's absolutely what I would do. Like, absolutely, yeah. Take real African flavor, ne? But then make us also wear now also. Why do every time, like Africa, you have to put us now in like, you know, we have to either be, I don't know, starving somewhere or like in a war zone or it's like a genocide or whatever. Like, let us also have superpowers. Let's also have special effects, you know? I was the only woman on this whole thing, and I happen to be representing someone who I've always been so inspired by. Well, at least the story of it, you know? Because these women, basically in 1800 decided, no, we're a dynasty now, we're the reign queens, and from then on they passed it on to their first daughter. Up until very recently, unfortunately right now the seat is vacant for reign queen. Apply once, maybe I'll go and submit my application, you know? But yeah, I got really into just the story behind it. That's so magical, imagine. And that's here in Limpopo. There's like a whole lineage of women who are queens, just like ruling our. I got super into it, and I just worked as hard as I possibly could, and I hope that shows, because we went hard, like.
This collaboration campaign portrays 5 creative revolutionaries in music, fashion, and art as heroic avatars inspired by Africa's history and mythology.
We shot this a couple months back in Ghana again, but this time at the Cape Coast. I did most of my scenes in a slave castle. Now, being in that space was like the best and worst experience. Very emotional, but also so liberating. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like Django Unchained. Exactly. So you've seen the film, and everybody can check it out on YouTube. This is the game changer. But I can't wait for the 24th March 2018 One Source Live Festival. I see you. And this is gonna be amazing because it's bigger than Kulichana. It's about bringing all creatives together into this world.
The campaign is calling for all Africans to join the creative revolution to change the way in how African creativity is represented online. Catch this revolution on the 24th of March 2018.
What are you waiting for?
What a wow. Once, a long time ago, in the midst of South Africa, was a little country called Bophuthatswana, and that is where Kulichana, Cassper Nyovest, the likes of Double HP, me, that's where we're all from. Stay tuned, TRENDZ is back after this. Back, you're still watching TRENDZ. And so it is, of course, December, and that can only mean summer has, well, not even summer, it's the festive season, although Johannesburg is not exactly looking very summery outside today. But of course, that does mean it is swimsuit season, and so as the mercury will rise, most of you will be hitting the pool or the beach, and you would want to be seen rocking the latest swimwear trends, right? So TRENDZ has got you covered. Our team went to Clifton Beach in Cape Town to check out the latest Speedo look for guys. Okay, take a look.
I established the company with a friend of mine. I was after varsity, I studied electrical engineering. My partner, he studied LLB at UCT, and after that we just decided on actually coming to the beach. And what we saw is in Cape Town, South Africa, or South Africans in general, a lot of men are very conservative. So what we wanted to do is actually celebrate the idea of actually being at the beach, and how more can you celebrate being at the beach and be more stylish. And what we thought about is our swimwear, to actually launch a swimwear that could actually celebrate that and stop actually coming to the beaches with your underwear, guys, or your jeans. It just doesn't make sense. And what we're doing is actually going to be looking at our summer trends for 2017-2018 collection, and this with his closet, as you can see behind us, is the shorts, which are very much more inspired by tropical colors, and for more the cosmopolitan conservative man who wants to actually get off from the beach and head down here to actually go and eat and enjoy himself. The newest trends that you have is people wanting to use a one-piece swimwear, right? So with one-piece swimwear, what we mean by that is a swimwear that it can actually do so many different things. At the moment, we have shorts that you could actually come here, take a swim, surf, come and sunbathe here, and afterwards it's very quick to dry. If you see previously, a lot of the swimwear brands out there were just one functional, and what we try to do with this latest collection is a multi-functional swimwear brand with all the different colors that actually embrace a very summer look. And you look at the summer looks, it's very tropical. Your splashing colors, which are bright yellow, acid pink, your vivid maroon. So that's actually what we're going for with the shorts collection.
Okay, and so the mind-blowing spectacular, The Illusionist, showcases jaw-dropping talents of 7 of the most incredible illusionists on Earth. So the non-stop show is packed with thrilling and sophisticated magic of unprecedented proportions. You really have to see this. Now, this group of world-class performers take their cue and from showmanship of the great illusionists of the past, such as Harry Houdini, and they are coming to South Africa collectively. They've been seen by millions of people around the world, and this production showcases their incredible talents on stage together for the very first time. This week, a few of them were in South Africa, and one such is Darcy Oak. He's absolutely amazing. Take a look.
Here's the situation. Every single one of you in the audience tonight falls into one of 2 categories. You're either a skeptic or you're a believer. If you're a skeptic, chances are you're probably sitting there trying to figure out how all the magic works. If you're a believer, you don't want to know. Tonight, I promise you 3 things. Some things you've never seen before, some things you'll never see again, and some things you have to see to believe.
After record-breaking runs in New York, London and Asia, The Illusionist, direct from Broadway, will be in South Africa for the first time ever in February 2018 for a limited season. The Illusionist has shattered box office records across the globe and continues to dazzle audiences of all ages with a powerful mix of the most outrageous and astonishing acts to ever be seen on stage. The show is packed with thrilling and sophisticated magic of unprecedented proportions. In a special media briefing held on Friday, members of the press were treated to a spectacular introduction of one of its star attractions, the one and only Darcy Oak. And what would a media briefing be if Oak didn't display some of his tricks?
And go like this. Perfect. There hasn't been a show like this in South Africa in over like 20 years. The last grand scale illusion show that was out here was in the 90s, and since then the art form has progressed so much that we had to come and show it to South Africa. In reality, it's always been something that people have made a sustainable career. Like if you go way back to the day with the Harry Houdinis and the Howard Thurstons, and those guys were rock stars of their generations, like in the 1800s. So there's always been magicians that have been doing this as a career, and like Houdini, everybody knows the name Houdini. And that was in the 1800s, you know, and people still mention his name. So it's like, I think it's just a perception thing. People just, you know, there was a while, I guess, that maybe the art form wasn't reflected in its best light, which I think is where the top hats and the rabbits and all that comes from. But I mean, again, comes with the territory, and it almost makes it better when they come and see the show because you just shatter their expectations.
As a performance artist, the modern interpreter of the art of illusion, Darcy transports audience with his charm, his sleight of hand, and logic-defying illusions. He has taken the rich heritage of the magic culture and put a fresh, young, and modern twist on the profession.
I am absolutely thrilled for what South Africa can expect. If that is anything to go by, what we saw in the presentation, and of course Darcy's performance of some sleight of hand magic, I'm excited, I'm thrilled. What I do know is that this show, with its run in Cape Town and here in Johannesburg, will give a lot of people the opportunity to experience magic, and when they experience the magic live, it'll create a new generation of magicians, whether it be enthusiasts, whether it be people who love magic or people who want to perform magic.
This mind-blowing spectacular showcases the jaw-dropping talents of 8 of the most incredible illusionists on Earth.
When you become a mentalist, or you learn to think like one, and that sort of wonder is sort of taken away. So seeing a show like The Illusionist, which I'm really excited for, because there's such a variety of performers in the show, there is something for everyone, including myself. And I like to just sit back, and it's like watching a movie. Even though I know how the special effects are done, I try to look past that and engulf myself in the fantasy. So it's not about how it's done, it's about that awe and the wonder that it creates. So I'll be just enjoying it.
Witness stunning acts of grand illusion, levitation, mind-reading and disappearance as these world-class performers take their cue from the showmanship of the great illusionists of the past, such as Harry Houdini, and paired with a new and updated contemporary aesthetic, whose set and costume design lend the theatricality and artistry that has rarely been seen before.
Can we all just be saved by the summer? So that was a video, latest video from Good Luck, the electro-pop group is here. I mean, they have literally flown into town from Cape Town this morning just for us. I'm so glad. So thank you so very much. And yeah, they're with me right here in studio, and they've just released, like I said, the music video for their latest single, Saved by the Summer. But there's others, and they're here, and they're doing amazing things locally and internationally. And I'm so glad. Right now, I'm sitting with 1/3 of the group. This is Jules.
Hello.
Jules Harding.
Hello.
Movie star name.
Jules Harding.
Welcome to TRENDZ.
Thank you so much. Good to be
Fantastic.
here.
Where are the guys, though? They are here.
They're
somewhere.
busy
They're
setting up. Our equipment is quite technical, so they're busy sorting it all out.
I know. I'm just so glad. It must have been such a nightmare traveling and, you know, airports and traveling just with all the stuff that you guys have. But like I say, thank you so very much for coming through. So that video, that was shot in Bali.
Yes, in
Bali. So you guys are doing big things, like I say, locally, internationally.
We are.
And tell us about how it came to be, because we're just chatting about, you know, the international vlogger who you guys just contacted and said, you know what, actually, take control and the creative direction of this video and let's do something. And here it is.
And here it is,
Stunning.
Yeah, I mean, we've been making amazing inroads into Asia and Europe in the last couple of years, and we signed our first international record deal this year, which was a big thing for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you, to Ultra Records in the States. And we've just got this passion and this dream to be one of the acts that helps take South African and African music to the rest of the world, because we believe that Africa is the last hidden gem, and that we're kind of the next coolest thing, you know, for everyone else to see.
No doubt.
So we're really excited to be a part of that.
Cool. Tell us about, you know, the group, you, Matt, and Ben, just how you came to be. I understand Ben is like the newest member of the band.
No, Matt. Ben's the oldest member of the band.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Matt is the newest member. He's been with us for the last couple of years. Basically, Ben and I and a third guy called Raven Huntsman, who's no longer with us, we started the group as basically an answer to going into clubs and wanting to play live music in dance clubs. So being able to still have people groove, but you got the live instruments
as well. The live element. That's always great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love live music?
Exactly. It adds something different into the nightclub scene. So we started there, and we released our first album, and off our first album, we were amazed. We had 9 radio singles, and I think 5 #1s, and that kind of really launched our career.
And then you were like, okay,
we could do this.
Right?
And now we're on to our 3rd album already, which is crazy.
Wow, and with the international release as well. What I love, you know, about you guys is that, yes, you've been pushing your own stuff, but lately you're doing a lot of stuff that's, you know, also got a lot more crossover appeal. You mentioned working with Black Motion, and also you guys are going to perform a track that featured DJ Kanyana.
Yes, we did a track with DJ Kanyana. It was amazing. Actually, we got in touch with him over Twitter. I listened to a radio interview where he was talking.
Social media,
Yeah, it is, right?
Social media,
But I heard him on radio first, actually
on
an SABC radio channel, and basically, he was talking about music in general, and he was saying how he feels there are loads of singers in South Africa, but not necessarily enough songwriters. And so I think songwriting is one of our strong points. So we got in touch with him over Twitter, and we were like, we'd love to work with you. We're big fans. We've known about you for a long time. And he was like, called me the next day, and he was like, let's do something. So
lovely.
Yeah, so the rest is history.
And that track is called Fading.
Fading,
Okay, so I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Thank you.
And just, I mean, on all the years that you guys have been a trio, is there a chance that, you know, there'll be more than a trio ever, or for now it's just you guys?
Yeah, look, we'll always be the core. I think we'll always be a core as a trio. It's nice and compact. We can travel around easily.
And do the guys take care of you? Being the rose amongst the thorns, you know, I hope they treat you like a queen.
They do. I don't know. They treat me like one of the boys, you know. I have to just kind of go that I get teased a lot. But it's fun. We have the best time, and we've got a great vibe. We're family, which is really cool.
And expanding the group and just, well, how's yours set? I mean, is it just the musicians, or do you have dancers?
We actually do. Generally, it's the 3 of us, but we do expand up to 11 people sometimes for special events. Because we love bringing on horn sections and bassists and guitarists and just making it into more of a show. But obviously that's only every so often. We don't do that very often.
It's like a big show. But tell me this, are all of you trained musicians, or
No.
Really? I was hoping you'd say that, because that's so great that you guys basically, it's just innate
it's from
in
our hearts,
you, and you just do what comes from, you know, your insides, your feelings.
Matthew has a degree in jazz, so he's trained.
Well, that's very different to what you guys are doing now.
Yes, exactly. It is very different. And Ben is a drummer. He did study a little bit in school, but he didn't take it really further after that. And I have no musical training. I just love to write words, and I love to write lyrics and melodies.
And you sang for very very long in the shower, but it was actual proper singing.
It kind of worked out. It worked out for me, yeah.
That's fun. Oh, wow. And so where to next? I mean, December is here.
Yes.
So what's your, your schedule like and your tours?
Busy. We've got basically no days available in December at the moment. We have our summer residency, which is in Plettenberg Bay and Neisner. So if anyone's watching from the Garden Route,
Plet is always crazy this time of year.
So every week we throw a party called Get Lucky Summer at the Beacon Island in Plet. We've got an edition in Neisner, and we were throwing a massive New Year's Eve concert with Mango Groove and Matthew Mole in Plet as well. And then we've got a Kirstenbosch in Cape Town on the 4th of March. So those are our big gigs at the moment that we're focusing on, and then just making lots of music.
I love that you said you're performing with Mango Groove.
I love them.
So much of you reminds me of the lead singer.
Oh, really? Claire?
Yes,
oh,
Claire.
Really? Oh, I love her.
Okay,
She's like my idol growing up.
I can see that. I can see that.
I used to love her vibe growing up.
Fantastic. And then after that, next year, there'll be international travels.
Yes.
And
yes, we're going to Asia, off back to Vietnam next year. All kinds of things going on.
Thank you so very much, Jules. Pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming all the way to Trends to come and just grace us with your presence. And congratulations on every single thing.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we're going to an ad break. Come back after this. There's more on Trends.
Waiting for summer, waiting for me. I was on my own while you were there. Waiting for summer, oh, by the sea.
absolutely great. That was the Good Luck Trio, and they're here. That was Jules, that was Matt, that was Ben. Thank you so very much, guys. And so a world-class contemporary art museum situated in the heart of a former 9-story grain silos in Cape Town opened in September at the V&A waterfront, and the Zeitz marker, or Museum of Contemporary Art Africa bug, has bit everyone since the grand opening. Take a look.
A transformation that took on a new energy into the busiest district of Cape Town. The Silo district breathes new life to the V&A waterfront, giving art lovers a treat to the biggest contemporary museum in Southern Africa.
Since we've opened, the success of the institution was beyond all of our dreams. I think that the public very quickly have learned to embrace this museum. They've taken ownership. It belongs to them now. We thought it would take us many years to get that buy-in, but within a couple of days of opening, we've had over 110,000 visitors in 2 months. We have over 10,000 members, which means these are people who've put down real money to make a commitment to support this institution. So I think that what this shows is this is not a place for the art world alone. This is not a place for arty-farty intellectuals alone, although that's a very important community for us. It's a place for the people. It's a place for the people to come and see their culture, their identity, their heritage celebrated on the same level, to the same value as any other group in our country.
The Zeitz Museum of Contemporary Art Africa exhibits the best work of the 21st century Africa, as well as formidable works by international artists.
9 floors, of which 7 are open to the public. There's over 100 galleries. There's centers dedicated to photography, fashion, the moving image, performative practice, art education, curatorial studies. There's 2 floors for blockbuster exhibitions. There's 2 floors for the permanent collection. So it's a place where you could come multiple times and never truly get through the collection and get through the museum. It's a place that you're going to have to come many, many times to truly understand the vast creativity on our continent.
The museum enhances the growth and understanding of art to the public by curating a range of educational programs.
It's really looking at the importance of Africa culturally and the influences of Africa around the world. What impact do we as Africans have in conversations with music, art, film, performance, not only in our country, not only in our city, but further afield?
Navigating through this historical silo building is not for the faint-hearted. The ever-changing works of the artists have been strategically placed in order to give you the best experience of these 100 galleries.
What you'll find is on the first floor, a lot of the work deals with the identity of questioning what is African. What does it mean to be an African in this moment in time? The next floor deals a lot with portraiture, the face. So many people said, will I be represented in your museum? Will I see myself in your museum? I don't want to see somebody else. I want to see myself. On the third floor, we see a lot of work done by women artists who are saying, for too long, females have not been represented in public institutions. We're staking our claim to have a voice. And then on the fourth floor, solo exhibitions where we see one person's viewpoint. So I think what we've seen is African identity, representation of those of us who call ourselves African, the importance of individualism, the solo exhibitions, and also groups of people that might not have been recognized before, like women, like people from the LGBTQI community, from people who haven't had a voice, and now we realize we've missed out. We have so much. We're not doing this for charity. We learn so much from people who are different to us. That's intercultural understanding. That's the future of our country.
So when you pop in at the V&A waterfront, head to the Silo district and experience the beauty of Africa's best artwork at the Zeitz marker.
So this year's Justice Pageant Moral Leader has been announced. Lawyer Tasman Vasanji walked away with the award for her role of dedicating her time to shaping and serving as a role model, teaching morality at schools. The Justice Pageant was held in Sandton, north of Johannesburg, this week.
It is not your ordinary beauty pageant. Contestants may be dressed to the nines, but they are not judged on beauty or physical attributes. They're expected to play a leading role in their societies by teaching morality at schools to be crowned. Talent, personality, as well as intelligence are an added bonus. CEO Yulin Lueneur-Maritz for the Justice Pageant and the No Crime Culture Project explains who qualifies to enter.
The Justice Pageant is at essence a program of moral education in schools with the aim to reduce or completely eradicate crime in society. So for many years it has been proven that morality can be taught, and we need to make it a priority in South Africa, and that's what we're trying to do with not only the Justice Pageant but other formal programs of the No Crime Culture Project. It's been tough. I must say we've had the most incredible support from government and all the organizations that we worked with. Everyone, I think, is ready for solutions in South Africa. So in that sense, it was phenomenal. But it's tough. It's a tough cause to get sponsorship and so forth. So that's been tough. But otherwise, it's been an amazing journey, and we've just received support.
The Justice Pageant was established as one of the pillars of the No Crime Culture Project, which in turn has the objective of eradicating crime through moral and character education nationally. The most important duty for contestants was to convince the audience during a debate session that they possess leadership qualities as well as moral authority.
It feels surreal, but I do feel like I'm able to finally make a difference and have a platform for it and be associated with an organization that I'm so proud to be associated with. It gives us proof that women have brains, power, and beauty, and they are not mutually exclusive.
Vasanji took the reins from the previous winner, Temelihle.
I think it was the amount of work that I did and the motivation that I gave to the students, to the schools that I went to, and the communities, and the difference that I think people saw when I did the pageant. So it brought a lot of hope, not just to the communities only, but to the kids as well, that there are people who come back and teach us about certain things in life.
The Justice Pageant is such a wonderful platform to bring awareness to crime that we're facing in South Africa. And I absolutely think that, this pageant going out there and especially combating the youth, to give them that moral guidance and understanding, because it's with the youth that we need to work on and grow a better society and a better South Africa together.
Contestants came from across the country. The CEO hopes for the competition to grow bigger in the coming years as she wants to spread her wings internationally.
Congratulations. Well, TRENDZ is going to a break just now. Do come back after this, where I'm having a duo here who has one of the biggest December tracks in studio. Stay tuned. Thank you so very much. And yeah, that was the newly signed Mabala Noise Entertainment duo. Come through, my guy. This is Samuel Moripe and Tsegofatso Mabala, better known as Pencil Lizing Master. Guys, bako Attrachville, bako Pain. How are you? Fantastic. Okay, so let's eng, gents. Tell us about this vibe, December. What are you all about?
No, it's like it's talent.
Oh, let's hear talent.
Yeah.
All right. And so tell us about, I mean, this track, it's big, but again, it's like one word. La Twara. Tell us about your evolution. I mean, before now, you had another, like vibe, Bacardi or something that was like your sound. Tell us about that, how different it is to what you're doing now.
Different, like house, plus Bacardi, Refuser.
But what's Bacardi? Because now I know Bacardi to be an alcoholic beverage. So what is Bacardi when you say Bacardi plus house?
I do music, I go Pitor.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, like Refuser house, or Bacardi.
Okay.
Le deep house, so. Yeah, Tommy, I'm a piano and then Rapusha, I go pay.
Okay, so before you guys together, like have you been friends? Did you grow up together? Was there more people maybe, and then you guys decided, you know what, Pencil Lizing Master, you are the ones that work well together and you're going to take this thing further?
Okay, 2012. Well, Negira Bacardi, I rap Bacardi.
Okay. I must come to Portraiture for this Bacardi thing. I need to actually find out and listen for myself. Okay, sorry about that. Cool, carry on.
Yeah, and we try to work something sa Bacardi. That's when we tomo push about to start our music arena from there till today. We push really too.
All right. And so you guys, I'm sure, are big at like the pubs and clubs in Pretoria. Where are you playing this December, today, this December, next year? What are your plans?
Yeah, no, December, like we're fully booked there. It's all of South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, fully booked.
What's pretty much like next happening for you? Like this weekend or next weekend, where are you?
Next weekend, Chandre, Mafikeng and Rustenbeck.
Okay.
And then this week, we go at Guruleni, Chisanyama.
Okay. So who's your competition right now when you guys look at the industry? I mean, for one, like I say, I've been doing this show for long. I don't know anybody who's come through here and said they play Bacardi. So I'm still going to go to Pitori to listen to this Bacardi sound. But who's your competition?
Distraction Boys.
Distraction Boys. Okay. So if we have like a battle, Nyana, here, who do you like? Will you guys come on like your A star game? Because Distraction Boys also this December. I mean, Omonya Pescomoye, it's huge.
Yeah.
So next year, the awards. What do you guys? I mean, who do you guys want to work with in future? What are the plans for you guys as a duo?
DJ Tira.
Yeah, all right, that Durban sound.
Yes.
So now it's going to be Bacardi and house and also the Durban sound. Oh my gosh. All right, cool, guys. Thank you so very much for coming through to TRENDZ.
Sure,
it's been a pleasure. And so next year, the awards are coming. I don't know if you're nominated. I don't know if you will be nominated. But if you are, what do you hope is the future for the two of you?
I because sometimes I was already
Okay, so the 2018 is still far.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, December is here. I wish you guys all the best.
Thank you very much.
Do best on the club scenes and your tours. Next weekend, oh yes, are you guys in Mafikeng? Next weekend, actually, it's Maftown Heights. And so there's a lot happening. And so we are going to play out with you guys again. What are you playing now?
Twara.
Okay, cool. Thank you so very much, guys. And yeah, with that, it's the end of another show of TRENDZ. Join me again next week, same time and place, 8th of December. It's Maftown Heights. See you all in Mafikeng. Bye.
Chara, yeah, Chara,
Chora, yeah, chora. Chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora. Oh, chora, chora. Oh, chora. Oh, chora, chora. Chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora. Oh, chora, chora. Oh, chora. Oh, chora, chora. Chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora. Chora. Chora, 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 yeah, chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora, oh, chora, chora, yeah, oh, chora, oh, chora, chora. Chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh, chora, oh, chora, chora. Oh, chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora, chora. Chora, 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 yeah, chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora, oh, chora, chora, yeah, yeah, oh, chora, yeah, oh, chora, chora, yeah, yeah. Chora, 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 chora. Oh, chora.